Next one's Justin Stone.
Justin Stone. What's his sexiest man
Sexiest
ever?
man ever. I like that
He
gimmick.
can't be sexiest man alive because that's
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
But I like that gimmick. Justin Stone's always been a nice guy. He really has. I've always liked him a lot. And he talks funny because he's from Louisiana.
Yeah. And he was boring.
But, I mean...
Let's not dance around it. He had no gimmick. He was boring.
He could work, but, I mean, he could always work pretty well. But it was just like he just...
He's one of those guys too that kept showing up as a just in case guy, and in
worked
doing
well
so,
himself.
he has a gimmick now. He's
Got a
holding
spot
a
on the
belt,
card.
He got a belt, yeah.
You know, he's doing pretty well for himself.
And I'm glad he embraced the gimmick like he did because...
for what he told me though, he actually used to do that gimmick a while back.
Oh, really?
And actually went to the Justin Stone gimmick after that, and then now he's pretty much resorting back to what
The
he...
sexy man gimmick?
Yeah,
I think he said he had done it once before.
Yeah.
I like it, though. I think he does it really well. He plays it up really well. He knows...
What's funny about it is, and it's sort of like why I like Tyrone Holly also, for a person to be an appearance of being like that out of shape, but think that they're the bee's knees as far as...
Right, it's a funny contrast.
It's, to me, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy that.
You trying to say Justin Stone's not in good shape?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying he's a Adrian Adonis or anything.
I actually watched I watched a match with Mays and Nick Bondage from IWC the other day, and Stone does a run-in at the end, and he was all jacked up.
Really?
Yeah, I think he might have been on the juice. I don't know, but he looked like
Orange juice?
10 years younger, and he was all jacked up and muscular. And it's funny because Justin Cruz, kind of before we had a tag match, me and Justin against him and Mays, and Justin Cruz had always kind of, Justin Stone, he's one of those underneath guys that you don't want to work or whatever. And after that, when we were watching the match, he was like, I was kind of wrong about Justin Stone because he sells really well, and he was always in the right spot for everything. It's funny in the match, you can see there's a part where I go to scoop Justin Stone up for the Michinoku driver, and I get him about to here, and I can't turn him because he's all heavy as fuck. So I give him a backbreaker instead, and I just start laughing, just totally breaking character, and I look over at Justin, at Cruz, and Cruz says, he turned into a big old bag of cement there, didn't he? And we're just laughing in the ring. And I picked Stone up, and he said, try it again. I said, fuck you, and I shot him off and gave him a lariat.
Is that the same match where Cruz hollered at you, hey, you remember I'm your partner?
I don't remember.
It was one though where like you were in the match for like good 5 or 8 minutes.
Oh, without tagging out?
Without tagging, it was like, he tagged me, he was like, oh yeah, you remembered I'm your partner, huh?
I don't think it was that one.
Who knows?
Because he was
Joe,
in there
your
more than I
opinions?
was.
No, I gave my opinion.
The gimmick's pretty funny, though. I like it.
I enjoy Justin
Braces
Stone.
well.
He's also a good addition to any locker room because of how humble he is.
And he's a real nice guy.
He's funny.
A lot of funny stories too.
Yeah.
And his accent's funny.
Yeah.
That guy talks funny.
He talks like he's a New Yorker from Louisiana.
That guy can read War and Peace, and I would be amused.
Yeah, yeah. And he listens to the heaviest fucking music on that iPod.
Yeah, he brings an iPod with these 2 speakers that are like distorted to all hell.
And I'm sitting here trying to get dressed, and I hear...
And then you have to
And everybody else is going, oh, God, what, did somebody kill a dog? What's
He's
going on? You like my music, brah? Hey, brah.
You like my music, you?
Well, the next name will give somebody here half a stock.
Yeah.
Half.
All right,
Full on,
full
brother.
on.
Nicholas Wonder.
Man.
Nick Wonder. You love that kid.
I love that guy.
That's because he sucked up to you and was your protege. And
I love him. That kid is...
emulated you.
He's a great kid. He works fucking awesome.
He's incredibly talented.
Very talented.
Agile.
And have you seen those new pictures of him?
Nude pictures of him?
Nude
Oh my goodness.
New.
Did he go that route?
NEW. Did you see?
No.
Man, that kid got huge. He looks like he's gained about 20 pounds of muscle.
Really?
Fucking
I was
yeah.
about to say that was one of the things that was
No,
a strike
that-
against him.
Get Nicole to look that shit up if you got interwebs.
I'm doing it now.
She's doing it now.
That kid looks beefy.
Really? I mean, from the ones that were just on his friend request or whatever, I didn't notice.
But man, he got big, and I don't know, I always loved having him as my partner. It was always so much fun because we worked out so many tag moves and we meshed really well, and it was just fun. And that kid, like I said before, book him. You want his phone number, call me. I'll give it to you. That kid, I don't even have to be on the card.
I must have wrestled him 10 times in single
10?
matches in IWC, and I've got, I think, 4 of them on my computer.
and all those tag matches with you and Webb against us, those were the most fun I ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were just fun, because me and you would get in our do our thing, and then they'd do theirs,
Get
and
in,
I got to work Mikey, and best spear I've ever done in the world was against Mikey in that one match.
Yep.
When I speared him, and I
you
do
both
my flip,
rotated together.
and he did a backflip as I was flipping, so it was almost like I was holding him all the way down.
So you basically think of like the way Goldberg speared somebody. Like stop the spear as soon as he hits him, and then just have them both do a flip.
And then he lands on his back, and I land on my ass, and it was, man,
It's pretty crazy.
that's Mikey Webb. All right, you guys, let's talk about Nick Wonder. All right,
Nick Wonder.
let's talk about him. Go ahead.
I like
I
Nick
better,
Wonder.
I better hear some good opinions.
Me and him worked out some fucking opening spots to drop your jaw.
To end all opening spots.
Yeah.
And he could do them.
He was like, if I had something bad to say about him, he's really spotty and didn't have a whole lot of him and Webb both really. There wasn't, I'd say, a lot of thought put behind like where to put what. They just went out there and did their acrobatic
No wrestling
flip-flopping,
as far as
which was fine in IWC because it was just a practice.
he was
pretty
good
much.
at it though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, very.
Him and Webb are the same. I mean, you could.
Please come back, Mikey.
Yes, Mikey.
We
Please.
miss
I
you,
miss
Mikey.
you.
Locker room's much better now, Mikey.
I'll give you a title shot if you come back.
I mean, God bless you. Get your shit together. I hear you're gonna be a daddy, and that's fucking awesome. But come back.
Do you think the kid's gonna be huge because the seed came from a huge
When
cock?
when they say that they're going to see his head, it's not going to be the actual head on his shoulder.
Ah, we
I
see
see
the
that.
head. Oh, that's messed up.
If it's Mikey's kid, you know.
That kid's gonna be born, and as a newborn, its penis is gonna be as big as Jerry's.
That's not saying
No,
much.
is that saying?
That's not
Okay,
every baby.
I'm gonna look at the beefy shot of
Wow.
a little bit bigger. He was always cut up pretty good.
He was
though.
cut up, but I mean, look how thick he is.
I'll have to see him in person to be able to tell really. But he looks like he's got a little thicker.
But if things go my way, look
And
for
they
him
won't.
to be in the fold.
You're giving shit away now.
Well, it's not giving it away because I don't know if it's gonna happen.
It'll take you a month to put this on the internet anyway.
Yeah,
so
it'll
Maybe.
have already happened by that
If
time.
I ever do.
He'll be back to Nick Vortex before they see this.
I don't think I'm going back.
Really?
Well, you could go back to your other gimmick and still call it Nick Virtue just because it's
Yeah,
a different. I think it's a better name, really.
and it's and I'm starting to embrace the character a little more, getting it going my way a little bit more, and I'm starting to really like it. And at first, no, I didn't like it at all, but I'm starting to really get into it. And if things keep going the way they're going and the way I want it to, I think it could be something special.
Crazy Jizzo.
I got a lot of respect for Crazy Joe.
Crazy Joe. Do you ever see Crazy Joe work?
I've seen like whatever tapes that we've seen of him, and that he gets Crazy Joe for a reason.
Yes, he
He's
does.
fucking crazy.
But as
That guy
far as
scares
like
me.
personally, I don't know him personally, but I've seen his work as far as your IWC tapes that you've shown me, and
He's another one that
I'd never thought of him as being that good in the ring. He's pretty sloppy.
He's
I mean,
sloppy.
for what he.
I think he used to be better. I have vague memories from when I was just breaking in, pretty much, of him when they were doing the Hard Time Express. Him and Saxon, and him and Kent Truth, and him and what's that? Frankie Lee.
really.
Yeah, all those guys were Hard Time Express guys at one point or another. And they did some. Actually, we did a job match. Me and Dwayne McLeod did a job match for TV up there for their Mid-South Wrestling. And their finish was. Fuck, what was it? It was a Frankensteiner. Like, Joe gave me a Frankensteiner off the top. And then Saxon came off and frog splashed me and pinned me. So he could. And the last moonsault I saw him do, which was like in the last IWC match, was not good. Now, I can't do one at all, so take that into consideration. But he was, what's the word I want to use? Plastered out of his fucking mind a lot in IWC. That's the